funny story from like 2 days ago. I was just hang on. Yeah, I was like taking the bus home and just like I was locked in, like reading my book, and I had my headphones on. And this guy comes in and sits down next to me, and we're like the only ones on the bus. And he sits like right near me, like one seat away. It's like, all right. And he just starts talking to me, and I was like, what?
Please.
Wow, this is odd.
And I didn't hear what he said a couple times, so I had to ask him a couple times, and he was like, yo, how's your book? And I was like, oh, it's pretty good. He's like, oh, I didn't realize you had headphones in. Sorry, man. But
And then continues to talk to you.
well, I didn't want him to feel bad about it, so I was like, oh, whatever. Like, I'll chat with him for a little bit. So I like tried to think of something to say to him, and then I looked next to him, and dude's drinking a beer. And this is like 7 o'clock at night. Like,
I thought you were gonna say in
late.
the morning.
No,
Yeah,
7 in the morning would be fucking legendary, but I'm just like, dude, is that a beer? And he like did the like finger over the lips and was like,
Well, here you are thinking he just wants to be nice, and here he is thinking, well, I gotta get this guy on my side.
I need to form an alliance with this man on the bus.
Gotta spill the
Oh,
beans.
I got a beer. They both start with B. That's pretty cool, right? Bonding, right? This is
Yeah.
friendship.
Oh my
we
god.
didn't know at the time, but we were both flying the same flag.
You and me, the same, brother.
Yeah, I was like, is that a beer? He's like, yeah, so I'm not perfect.
So I'm not perfect.
I just like laughed and we like talked for like 5 minutes about chocolate beer, and that was it.
That's yeah.
Ah,
It was
that's,
a funny fucking time though.
At least
I
it's
like
that's
entertaining.
good.
Just getting off of work. It was, yeah, it couldn't even have been 7 o'clock. It was probably like 6 o'clock.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Man,
Yeah.
your random bus people sound more fun than mine.
yeah, they are.
I had I had this guy talk to me on my
Them
bus
Quebecers on
line
buses.
that was like, my fucking commute was like 45 minutes on this one bus to get home from work, and it's like fucking stop and go because of traffic. And this dude got on the bus, and he was like just like trying to talk to everybody. Like he like sat beside person, like talked for a bit, didn't get anything out of him, right? Or they'd move or whatever.
Yeah.
He eventually worked his way down to me, and
Mhm.
when I'm on a bus, like I'm literally chained to the floor, like I can't escape, right? So it's like,
Gotcha.
fuck, this is my life for the next 30 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna hear this guy's life story. And he's like, yeah, he's talking about how his family won't talk to him, and like he's like, I know a really shitty place, and he loves to do drugs. He's like, here, look at my tattoos, and he extends like his fist, and like on the 4 fingers, he's got METH. He's like, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, oh my god. They're just talking to him, humoring him, right? And it's like, yo, like, you know how to play guitar? I can teach you how to play guitar. I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. I'm really not really interested in learning to play guitar, but cool. What like, just fucking on and on and on and on, like for a half hour, just like his whole life story. I just like, I can't do anything about it. And then my stop fucking comes. He's like, yo, dude, like, can I give you my number? Can I get your number? I'm like, no,
Really?
bye.
That's cool.
Phones that
God.
doesn't work.
Yeah, I was just, no, I don't. I'm good. I don't have time. I'm really busy. It's all right.
Yeah.
Like the bus driver was just like, "You okay, man?" I'm like,
Uh,
"I think I'll be okay."
Pretty
Bye.
sure. Just need to get off this fucking hell
As long as
train.
he doesn't get off with me, we're good.
Yeah.
And like it's the worst because like I was like worried the next day too because I'm on the same bus every day. There's only like 4 buses that go that route, so it's like
Yeah.
it's commuter
If you
bus.
make
You get
a
to
weird
know the
friend,
people,
he's
He's
right?
your weird friend for life.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my fucking god. And I had a lot of weird friends on that fucking bus route because not only am I chained to the floor, I'm chained to the floor in the other direction. So whoever sits in the fucking bench near me is just we're staring at each other the whole time.
Staring at you.
Yeah. So it's just like, I'll bring a book, I'll bring the headphones, but they're just like, catch your eye, like, hi. I'm like, fuck. And today it was Mr. Meth who I got to talk to for my whole commute. Interesting dude, but holy shit, get me out of there.
Yeah,
That
well,
was a good time, man.
Yeah.
nice. You don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, I'm so glad. So glad. Fuck public
Don't
transport.
make your best friends.
We're
Yeah.
done with that life.
Meth
Yeah,
might be
I
a
know.
bridge too far. It's
Yeah,
a
that's
little
like,
bit easier to talk with a guy who's having a beer on the bus. It's
oh
like,
yeah, no,
I've been there.
fucking, I'll talk to the guy having a beer, talking to the guy doing pot. That's all good. Math, that's.
When you start
I
tattooing
understand.
meth on your knuckles, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah. It's
I
like
didn't
I,
know where I
Meth is
put
too
it,
big a
but-
part of your life, and I made this conversation with that.
That's full send on the map.
that's a full set. We're not down. Like I talked to
Yeah.
another random dude on a bus at like 10 o'clock in Toronto with like a flask, and he was trying to like tell me about this orgy he just came out of. I was like, well,
Sure.
that's cool. Like, oh, this is better. Sure.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to join you, but
This
thank
is
you.
more my speed.
Like,
I never met anyone who's ever been in an orgy, so I
Tell
did.
me
I
more,
have a lot
tell
of
me more, I
questions.
guess.
yeah. Well, like this guy was pretty rough looking, so it's like I don't imagine it was a good orgy.
Yeah,
Not the
not
kind you
fun.
wanna get
Sean's
in
sitting there going, "How do you get in an orgy?" Well, Sean, the answer is
You don't
get
want
on
to
the
be part of
bus
that.
that guy got on before the 10 o'clock bus. That was
Yeah.
going home.
Yeah, you get on the Young Street bus like after like 11 o'clock. You'll find the orgy crowd. Apparently, that's how you
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah,
You have to
I've done
tattoo it
that
on your
before.
knuckles. Otherwise, they don't let you in.
ORGY. Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
on your knuckles.
I did do Young
That's the
Street bus
entry.
that,
You're the
like
guy.
late at night one time.
It's like you
Young, or
just
maybe it
fist
was the
bump
Bloor
every
Street
girl
bus.
you see.
Fucking Toronto bus.
What's that?
He says you just like fist bump every girl you see with the ORGY. You're just like, eh?
Yeah. And she's part of it now,
Eventually
too. We're all part of it. Fist bump. Fucking pervert.
Yeah. It'll work on one person.
Yeah, that's true. Get like little hand tattoos for the next time you ride the bus there, Troy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Look,
just be
buddy,
ready to go.
I got my own.
It only
Oh,
has to
yeah.
work one time for it to be worth the tattoo, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
That or you ward people away with it. You start tattooing meth on your knuckles, and people don't want to talk to you anymore.
That's a good idea to keep people
Right?
out.
Yeah,
yourself,
you just
like-
flash that,
like-
like with the book hand, right? You're just like, yeah, you don't want to deal with this. Let me read my book.
Like Sammy said that a few times. She's like, I want to get a neck tattoo so that people just are afraid of me. Like they're like, oh fuck, that person's intense. Yeah, like
People on the bus.
what's that?
Fucking people on
Yeah.
the bus, man.
Yeah, she wants to get
Oh,
like
Sammy,
a
I
neck.
bet would
She
bite
does
people's
it
head off.
occasionally just so people will leave her alone.
But then, like, at the same time, then the worst of people will be like, "Yeah, you
Or the
That's
people who
yeah,
legit
true.
have the neck
It would
tattoo.
probably attract like
want to go do some
5% of
fucking
the wrong
wild
crowd.
shit."
Yeah, that's the people who like flash you like the drugs.
That's
and it's
true.
like, yo, you down right now? You look down.
That's true. Sammy heard me. She's like, yeah, but it like repels like 95% of the people you don't want to talk to.
You have to say no less. It's just you have to say no to the sketchier crowd, I guess.
It's like
right?
it's like using hand
Yeah.
sanitizer, right? You're immune to 99.9%, but that last percent is full
Yeah.
of the worst shit.
Yeah, and it's for what reason into sanitizer.
It's just like attracted.
Stop on
Yeah.
that shit.
Somehow get stronger from it.
It just like eats the soap. That's just-
Go back there, like perfect comment.
yeah.